Welcome. My name is Knight Konje, founder of Get Ready for Practice. What I'm doing in this series is sharing my knowledge and experience. The aim is to see if it resonates with you so that it can inspire you. And at the same time, I'm giving some strategies and some steps that you can take to implement the strategies I'm going to share with you. Right. Okay. So far we looked at how to form empowering habits. Yeah. So what we talked about was that some habits can empower you, in which case they can actually lead you towards the goal that you desire, and other habits do the negative effect. They draw you away from your goal or make it harder to achieve your goal. So what we're going to do is look at some of these habits, the positive habits. We know that there is only 24 hours in a day. So there's a limited amount of habits you can incorporate in your daily life as such. So the idea is you can't do everything. So how do you do it to make sure that you achieve your goal? One way of looking at it is to look at habits that create the maximum effect that they take you towards your goal. So what we're going to do today is just look at 8 habits that you can implement in your daily life and achieve great results. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll start with the goal in mind, because that focuses your destination where you're trying to go. Yeah. So possibly if I start by asking you a question, who here has looked at the goals where they're supposed to go? Just by a show of hands? Okay, right, okay. Now, first of all, you have to know where you're going. That's the first thing. And the first habit that you need to look at is to make sure that you've got your goals handy. Yeah? That you know your destination. And make sure that that goal card, or wherever you've actually written those goals, make sure that you actually review it every day so that you take stock to see where you're going. That's habit number 1 that you can incorporate in your daily life. The second habit is about planning. Yeah? Planning what to do the following day. Yeah? The way you can do it by a way of to-do list. But what you do is, instead of preparing a to-do list early in the morning, what you do, you prepare it the night before. Yeah? Just before you go to bed, you review what has taken place during the day and prepare what is going to happen tomorrow, what you're going to do the following day. The idea is that when it comes to the following day, you already know where you're going. Yeah? So instead of wasting time, because you don't know what is going to possibly happen between you going to sleep and early in the morning, if something happens, that means you don't have a proper plan to follow. Yeah? But if you prepare it the night before, what it means is that you've got a plan to follow, and that's how you're going to proceed with the rest of the day. Yeah? So that's habit number 2. Yeah? Which is prepare a to-do list the night before. Habit number 3, when you prepare that to-do list, there'll be a list of items. I guess it's going to be a long list. So what you need to do is list them in order of priority. There are certain things that are more important in that list. There are certain things that are essential to take you towards your goal. You list them as top priority. Yeah. So let's say you list the top 3 things as a priority in that list. So what do you do next? Yeah? The following day, the way you're going to work, you're going to start with the one that is top on the list. Work on it until you finish. That's when you move on to the next. And then the third one. Once you've finished those top 3, that's when you start looking at the other items on the list. That way, whatever happens, you'll be assured that you have accomplished some tasks, at least 3 tasks that takes you towards your goal. Yeah, so that was number 3. Now, the next item that you need to look at, if you think about by the end of the day, what would have happened is that you've made a plan, that's number 1, and you have implemented that plan during the day. So what you need to do at the end of the working day is to review that plan. How much have you accomplished? What are the successes and failures, yeah, during that day? Yeah, so you review that to check what the excuse me. You review that to check what are the successes and failures. Yeah? The reason you review the failures is you don't want to repeat the next you don't want to repeat the same mistakes next time. Yeah? So you do the review, make sure that if there are certain things that you can do for the future, you improve them for the future. Okay? Right, okay, so that's number 4. Yeah. Now, the next habit, yeah, that you need to cultivate, which is habit number 5, what you need to do is make sure you undertake some form of physical exercise. Yeah? So you need to be healthy and fit in order to achieve your goals. So what you do every day is make sure that you do some exercise. If you look at the habits of successful people, you find that they undertake some form of exercise. It doesn't really matter what time you do your exercise, but many successful people do their exercise in the morning before anything else gets in the way. But it doesn't really matter what time you do that exercise. Yeah? So that's habit number 5. Yeah? And habit number 6, what you need to do is to make sure that you have got some, either do some meditation or do some prayers every day, yeah, depending on your beliefs or your religion. Yeah. But the idea is that by being aware or doing something about your spirituality creates that connection that helps you to achieve those goals that you desire. Okay? So that's another habit that you can include in your daily habits in order to achieve your goals. Yeah. The other habit that you can include within that arsenal of habits that we're looking at. Okay, so we covered meditation or prayers that you need to do every day to make sure that you are in touch spiritually in one way or another. Okay? Now, the next thing that you need to do every day is make sure that you have sufficient sleep. Sufficient sleep is regarded as something between possibly 7 to 8 hours sleep a night. Yeah. I know that what you might possibly say that you survive with less sleep, possibly 4 to 6 hours sleep. Research has indicated that in order to be most effective, you need to have at least 7 hours sleep. Yeah? So make sure you have got a proper rest in order to be more effective to achieve your goals. And number 8 is practicing mindfulness. Yeah? Be aware of your surroundings. Live in the present. Yeah? Okay, so those are the 8 habits that we have looked at that you can start off with. Start practicing them. And as you go along, you're going to see some changes in the results. Just below this video, you can download a PDF which gives you a summary of what we've discussed. And it will help you in actually listing out the habits that you need to be looking at to practice them, and those habits will lead you towards your goal. Remember from the previous lesson, what we talked about, that in order to form a habit, this kind of behavior need to be repeated at least 66 times. So do not give up. Practice using these habits, and I look forward to you achieving those goals. Thank you for listening. It's Knight Konje, founder of Get Ready for Practice. See you later. Thank you.